blind people have super senses, like super smell or super hearing. I've heard things like this. Well, I'm deafblind, and we're going to test today whether I have a super sense of directions, mental mapping, navigating, whatever you want to call it. I bet you know one person in your family, in your life, who is hopelessly lost and cannot even navigate with a map. It happens and it's real, but I'm really good at memorizing a map once I study it and even navigating without it. So I use landmarks, and I use another technique that I'll show you today as we test this. How are we going to test this? I'm going to go to a location that I have been to 2 times before in Madrid called Catarina, a fabulous tortilla restaurant. We love a challenge with a reward at the end. Food, yum, 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 especially tortilla. And this is a famous place where people line up for the lunch rush. It's something that's really a treat. So what we're going to do is we're going to navigate from this hotel, which is a 38-minute walk from Catarina, and I'm not going to use my phone once. The rules are I get a few minutes to study the map, maybe 3 minutes, let's say, formulate my plan, and then I put away my phone and I don't take it out again. I hope that I am 100% successful. I might mess up. If I need help, maybe I'll ask someone for directions, which is what people used to do back in the day. But I want to show you what I'm capable of. So let's give it a try. So there's the 38-minute walk. The first thing that I'm going to be doing as a technique is to try to make the route simpler. Sometimes Google Maps has you turning. I can't memorize too many turns. The second technique is to build on any place I've been before. If I already know a landmark, then I'm going to adjust the route to go by that place. So let's see. So I'm just going to make sure it's from our hotel exactly. This is the metro station. That's a landmark. We make a left at the metro station. Then this street ends. This is very helpful when a street ends. And I know Calle Prado. That's a famous museum in Madrid. So I'm going to memorize that name of street. This might be confusing here. I need to make sure I get to this green area. Once I make it to Paseo Prado, I go up here. We have to go on Calle Alcalá. I'm a little nervous because this is not what I planned on. Okay, now I'm going to recite it back in my head and visualize the map, because usually I don't talk aloud when I study the map. Here's our first landmark. We're making our first move. We're at the Anton Martin metro station and we're about to cross. This is the left turn, the first turn on the map. We have to get this one right. Okay. So the actual turn is here on the left. I'm gonna switch to the other side. There are a lot of obstacles. Here we have Calle de Prado. So I knew the street was going to end, and there's 2 different Prados on our route. One is Paseo with a P. So now this street has ended. We now have to go to the right. Okay, I'm a little lost because I knew that there was this one part of the map that I wasn't remembering well, which was where there was like a green triangle, and I know we need to go on Paseo Prado. I think this plaza could be something, but it doesn't look like a triangle to me. I'm gonna keep walking and see if I just hit Paseo de Prado. Maybe it'll be less direct, but I think Paseo de Prado was a big street going this way that we're gonna hit. Anyway, so I'm trying to use my map sense to problem solve. Let's try it. Okay, I think it is a triangle now that I'm looking at it better, but what do I do here? Is it a left? Is it a right? I don't remember. I really don't remember. I want to cross over there. I'm looking to see if there's a light. I don't think there's a light to cross. does it say? Paseo del Prado. There's a fountain here that is a landmark, but I also knew that Paseo del Prado was a really big street with a green walkway in the center because I walked on it before in Madrid. So that's why I just kind of crossed the triangle, because I thought maybe the map is trying to get me to cross over in an easier way. I think there was like some street where there was no crosswalk there. So we used the crosswalk and we came in this direction and we're here. But now we have to keep going. Time is ticking. All right, we are approaching our next landmark. The fountain is here. Now we need to find Alcalá Street. So I forget if it's on the right. I think it's on the right. I actually don't know if this is a landmark. It's just a fountain inside of here. So I'm not sure yet. We should be like 8 to 10 minutes away by my calculations. We now have to find Alcalá. Then we have to hit another circle. Then we need to find Serrano and go up to Serrano. And then up on Serrano many blocks, we'll find Ayala. And we're making a right on Ayala to get to the market. But I don't quite remember where Alcalá is, so we're just gonna go this way until we find it. There we go, this is green, this is green. We're still looking for Alcalá. This sign here says Paseo del Prado still, so I'm hoping it's the next one. We're gonna check if this street is it. That's the problem when you rely on street names. It's not on the building. So my partner has just told me that he sees the landmark, so he kind of gave me a hint. But you know, that's real life. Now when I kind of look down the street, we actually do see a big landmark, the Puerta de Alcalá with like the arches. So we'll go this way. And this is the way I thought it was. So let's just get that straight. We're down to our last final move. We need to find Calle Serrano. The main obstacle right now is construction and the crowding. Those are the obstacles, not my mental map. Okay, so I think it's gonna be that way. So I don't know if we should go here and cross around. I'm starting to see what these people are doing. Okay, we couldn't go that way. So now I have to look over here. I'm gonna go, I don't see anything. We're already crossed. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. I see a really small street sign on the other side, but I can't read that. I'm gonna look over here, but I feel like this is the beginning of the corner. ¿Sabes si esto es la calle Serrano? ¿Serrano?
Sí.
¿Sí? Okay.
Porque lo veo escrito, pero yo no...
Okay, está bien. Gracias. I think this is an area because they have a lot of shopping. They have fancy shopping. But I really would like to see the street sign myself. So I'm gonna cross again and see if it's right there. There's green. Good. Green. Catarina! Woo! So I don't know exactly where the turn to Ayala is. I didn't memorize a number of streets. We probably passed around 3 or 4 crossings, and I think it was like 6 or 7. So I just need to start paying attention to what streets are across from us every time. Happy because we found out a way to cross Serrano. I didn't really see crosswalk. So we just crossed to the other side, which is good because we need to make a right on Amaya. I'm gonna check the next street. My only landmark that I remember is the street before Amaya starts with an H. That's the only thing I have to go on, and this is the last bit. So I'm a little frustrated by that. I should have like picked a store or something, but we'll go see. I know where we are. This is the plaza that I thought we were gonna like use. This is the Low store. The Low store. I always see the Low store on the way to Mercado de la Paz. So we always go this way. The last times we've come, but because I memorized the map, my 2 maps are coming together. There's not a fluid picture. Let's cross. Let's do that. Should we transfer? Should we go this way? Maybe. Let's do it. I don't know, I want to think that this is a Maya, but I really don't know. I'm just making guesses now. So I'm gonna go that way and ask someone if I can't figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna cross. I wish I had like a sign, like Mercado de la Paz this way. This is Hermosillo. Oh, we're on the wrong street. We're on the 8th street, so we have to go that way 1 block. Sometimes you need a little help when you're blind. My partner is alerting me. Across the street, we have something beautiful. Yes. Yes. Woo! We did it. The map in my head is good, but it's flexible to respond to the challenges, to respond to the confusions. You have to have a lot going on. But now we're gonna get our reward. We're gonna eat tortilla! Yes! Okay, so there were some lessons learned. Now that we've completed the mission, I definitely should have gotten some landmarks closer to the Mercado because I kind of got lost and I was so close to that. Was very frustrating. For example, just a few blocks away on Goya, there was a metro stop. There's also a Uniqlo store. There's some things that really stood out when we were walking, but I just didn't know how to use them because I didn't kind of designate the landmarks. That was a lesson learned. It also took us longer to walk and film than I had anticipated because usually I'm working together with my partner or I can just pull out the map if I'm not sure. But I'm really proud of myself for accomplishing the mission in the end. Do you think blind people have a super wayfinding skills or is it just me? What other questions do you have or challenges that you have? Do you want me to do this again in another city? Let me know in the comments and like and subscribe. It really helps our channel. See you next time.